and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Public comment? Pardon?
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I was talking to you.
Did you really say that?
ladies, are you here on an agenda item or public?
Sunshine Center.
Pardon?
Sunshine Center.
You did.
Well, it's gonna be an executive session.
Okay. What do you think?
Okay.
We're just for it.
Okay, any public comment then? Okay, we'll go ahead and move into the communications, comments, and informational items. I guess the council all saw Ray's note at the bottom of that cooperating agency invitation, did y'all? Does anybody else want to jump in front of the sword or just let Ray take it?
You can fall on it.
Right. I was afraid of that.
Okay.
First meeting is next Tuesday.
Yeah, 9 o'clock.
Probably need a direct line, Ray, people can contact you direct. Facilitate the complaint process.
None of this Facebook stuff, don't you?
Okay, Ginger, I skipped over Ginger, I'm sorry. Huh?
I was wondering what you
Yeah,
were doing.
I just didn't have my bifocals adjusted right. Ginger, did you, wanted to make a report on the Main Street update?
Yeah, it's really brief. We're really doing well, I think, moving right on down the line, in the process of incorporating to get our Oregon nonprofit status. And as soon as that's complete, then Mr. Liddycoat will assist us with our federal nonprofit designation. Then we are having a community-wide meeting on July 8th, 6:30 at the Senior Center. And we are taking a plan that we've been working on and developing. The steering committee is the we. And bringing it out to the community so that they can see what our work has been to this point. We have 4 different areas that we're working in. One is organizational, which is going to be the responsibility of the board of directors. The other 3 areas are design, which is about storefronts, buildings, etc. There is, Ray's going to have to help me out because it's the end of the day. Design, marketing, or promotion, which is obvious, and that would include looking at development of events as well as supporting events and things that are happening in the downtown core area to bring more community into the business area. And the third one is I'm forgetting.
Was it projects?
Pardon?
Projects.
Yeah, projects that would be outside of what I just mentioned. But what we're hoping, Mike Beeson and also the jewelry store, Golden Gem, has sign-up sheets for people that are interested. If they can't get to the meeting on July 8th, they can go in and sign up under one of these areas. And then we'll be having committee meetings. We're going to actually have our first committee meeting at this community-wide meeting for each one of those 3 areas so they can get started. And then we're going to be organizing to make some of this happen. We already have one project that we're working on that's coming along well. It's not by any means complete, and that's to get the, working with Pacific Power to get the light poles on, electric poles on E Street painted, or in some way a little bit more spiffed up than they are. Possibly some brackets so that we can do the same thing, try to tie things in a little bit with what happened on S Street. So that's where we are. It looks really good. There's a lot of energy and a lot of interest, and so now it's like time to, put our work in, on the ground and really start moving.
I know there's been a lot of effort put into this, and it sounds like it's really coming together.
Well, you know, it's hard sometimes. We started in March, and it's taken us 3 months to really get the planning effort together, and it seems like it's taken forever, but actually that's a fairly short period of time. And we're probably gonna be happy that we put that effort in the long run, but now we can actually get out there and do things. And the group, the steering committee made suggestions about projects and the things that these 3 different areas can work on, but it's not limited to that. And if the working planning group, or the working group decides differently, I'm sure we can, you know, we can accommodate what the community wants. That's the main thing,
Sure.
so.
Any questions from council?
I think it sounds great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jen.
Love to have you there. 6:30
Pardon?
on the 8th. 6:30 on the 8th of July at the senior center.
At where?
Senior center.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Our other item on this is weed and grass cleanup list. Ray, you want to?
Well, there's a pretty extensive list, and most of those have been taken care of. There's one problem down here on the highway, just a couple of blocks south of downtown. It's a foreclosure, having trouble. Well, I've finally contacted the right people, but it takes, you know, a few days, maybe a few weeks to actually for them to get somebody here to, you know, clean up the grass. And it just bothers me that it's right on the highway. It's really the only bad one between, you know, the stop sign, the stoplight and 9th Street on the south, on the highway at the moment. So I wish it would get cleaned up right away, but I've also now added several in the last, yesterday and today, further up in the north. We're making progress.
Excellent. Thank you. Next item is the consent calendar.
I hate to be picky, but I did notice a little bit on, of course, the only thing nobody listens to is what I say. On page 4, speaking about visiting Genoa down in Nevada. Okay, you mentioned that I was committed. I've been divorced twice, I'm not committed to anything. That's a comment. I know, a little more committed, yeah. And then the heritage attraction, also the fact that it was a destination community. That was, I thought was important, and that's what I like to see, Lakeview as a destination and where people come to visit. That was it. Okay.
Is there any other discussion with council? If not, I'll accept the motion.
I wasn't at the meeting. so
I was absent. Sandy and I can't vote, but it's,
I move that we accept the consent calendar as corrected.
is there a second?
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the consent calendar with corrections. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimous with the 3 voting members abstaining.
Who seconded the motion? I thought.
Okay, mayor council updates. I have a copy of a letter here I need the council to all take a look at, please.
No.
Did you get a copy, Ray?
I have seen it, yes, but I.
Give everybody a chance to, sorry, I don't have any more copies.
I can read it if you want to.
Okay, yeah, Ray, would you do that, please?
Yeah, for the record, to the citizens of Lakeview Town Council, Ray Sims, Town Manager, from Mike Patrick, Mayor, Town of Lakeview, RE resignation. It is with regret I must resign from my office as mayor effective June 30, 2015. Due to some unforeseen health problems, I will not be able to finish the last 18 months of my tenure. It has been a privilege to work for and with all of you. We have not always seen eye to eye on all decisions, but we have all worked to our best abilities to make the correct decisions for the community. I will miss working with all of you, Mike Patrick, Mayor, Town of Lakeview.
Okay, I have to do that, folks, and again, it has been a pleasure working with all of you, some longer than others, but it's been a real pleasure, so. John, would you
Well,
like to comment?
we can't go any further with it, because it's, obviously, we didn't anticipate this. But what we do need to do is get it on the agenda, for the next meeting, in July, so we can discuss, the process. And the process is covered by our charter. But that's where we need to go with that announcement.
Pardon?
That's where we need to go.
Okay, so you'll take care of that? Okay.
Mayor, I just
Sorry.
would say a lot of good years that you put towards our community, and I commend you for all the hard work you put forth.
You're welcome. It's been a pleasure. I've enjoyed every minute. I think Sharon and I went in at the same time in 2002, if I'm not mistaken, and it's been, whatever that is, 13 years or something, 13 and a half. It's been a real pleasure, so.
Yeah, you've been long.
Appreciate you.
I know, that was scary.
Sandy?
No, it's been great working with you, really.
Thank you.
We have disagreed on a few things, but we
We
are
we don't see eye to eye.
ladylike and gentlemanly about it. That's correct.
You're not supposed to all agree.
No.
That's
That's
what
right.
makes us
That's
a
why
strong council.
we're here, so.
But we will really miss you. a
Well,
lot.
thank you.
Yep.
Okay, any other councilor comments?
Oh,
Oh, for the report, I guess it is.
no,
Okay.
I haven't been around for a couple of weeks. I went out on vacation, so nothing to report. Except I know the Saturday market does open this Saturday at our parking lot, town parking lot, so.
Okay, that's at 9?
It's 9 to 2.
9 to 2, okay. Sharon?
I've been hearing good things about the Saturday, or the Sunday kickoff for the summer. And also have been kind of checking on the pool to see how things are going. They started Monday with the kiddie pool across the street, and that, I'm a little concerned about the hours that they're running over there. They're starting like at noon instead of like at 11, I thought they used to, but I'm not sure what we posted.
Yeah, I think we had posted 12 to 3.
Okay, 12 to
Of course,
3.
it takes a half hour to get ready and a half hour to
Yeah.
get closed in.
So,
If we
been
get-
watching that, I will say, I think maybe Jackie has come along quickly. She's dealt with some issues already and dealt well with them. And then I threw you under the bus. I told her if she gets a real serious problem with behavior with the child and the parent in there and getting in her face, I said, you turn that over to Ray. And Ray will make a call, and that person is either, going to behave, or that person doesn't come to the pool anymore. And I said, that's why we pay you the big bucks. I also went to that CHIP meeting, whenever it was, last Thursday, I think. Interesting. Seems like things are rolling along. Was very pleased at some of the decisions that were made, and some of the outcomes, but I think those people are pretty on top of things, so that was enjoyable.
Michael?
I too went to the CHIP meeting on Thursday evening and was pleasantly surprised to see how much John has done with that and with his committees and where they're going. Also, a little bit of an update. I understand that Jennifer Henning with the Ag program has resigned and has moved to Texas to take a job down there.
And just to follow up on that, they did disband the alumni club or whatever, so is there, you're no longer?
I haven't heard
You
any
mean
more
the-
about it as
The
far as the advisory.
FFA alumni or
Yeah.
advisory, that group, that would be too bad. They've done
Yeah.
some
I-
good work.
Somebody told me that they disbanded that. So anyway, keep us posted if they.
Yeah, if they have, I haven't been notified about it.
But
They-
they have
They
rehired.
officially disbanded.
Did they?
Yes, there will be an article in tomorrow's paper about it.
Ah,
Well, they did hire someone.
for the,
For the job.
yeah, for the.
Christy Reese is the new
Christy
ag
Reese.
advisor.
Yeah. Thanks.
I mean, if you gotta go with the next person in line, Christy Reese. Yeah, Bob Warner's daughter, I think she'll do it. I think it's unfortunate this whole thing has been such a mess, but,
I'm sure it's not over.
Well, I
I'm,
had to see the alumni club pulled that. That was really helped that organization, so I'm sorry to hear that.
did,
Mike, do you have
I
anything? Ray?
Health fair was last Saturday. We worked with SCOED and Commute Options, which is a group out of Central Oregon, a nonprofit that promotes cycling and car ride sharing and so forth. Yes, that's about it. You know, on Main Street, we've already reported. Actually, we're having another planning meeting tomorrow evening at 6 here at Town Hall. Another meeting coming up, the Lake County Economic Development Advisory Committee is meeting Thursday, also here at Town Hall at 2 o'clock. Getting an update, an employment update from the state of Oregon will be the main
Right, workforce.
topic on that.
What's going on in the workforce in Lake County is mostly Lake County. Could be interesting.
Continuing conference call again Thursday morning with Red Rock and others, you know, all of the group that's been working on the biofuels project for months now. And I've had, you know, some communication continuing with the 42nd group, which is the greenhouse project. So kind of an update on some of the things we're working on.
Okay.
I do have one other item I just want to, you know, briefly mention, and that is that I think, stay tuned, but we may need to have a special meeting next Tuesday, or most of you going to be around. And it would be for some finance resolutions to clean up some year-end stuff that we may need to do. I'm anticipating that we'll need to do at least one or possibly two. There may be more as I work through it.
It's 30th?
That would be the 30th, plan on 4 o'clock.
That's good, I get to do one more meeting.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go ahead and move into new business. The first item is the street closure for park camping for the Lakeview Swim Team. There's a letter from Teresa Barry Decker in your packet requesting a closure. And Chief, has she talked with you about that?
I received a very similar letter.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have talked to her a little further. Well, just a little clarification is they're actually closing D Street, but a little bit of Center Street. D Street, kind of between the tennis courts and Huffstedter's, is where they do a lot of camping, and then we close Center Street from the alley behind the bank, behind Umpqua Bank. We don't barricade it closed, but we discourage traffic from there up past the swimming pool during the event, so that's what they
Should be no
requested.
problem from you, Chief, okay, council?
Sounds good.
I don't think we need a vote on that. We all agree that it's pretty much what they do every year. Would you let Teresa know that's okay, right?
Yep.
Thank you. Our next item is resolution number 878. In the matter of adopting the annual operating budget for the town of Lakeview for fiscal year 2015-16, making appropriations, imposing and categorizing taxes, and levying taxes. So
This is the annual resolution that we need to do in order to allow the town of Lakeview to continue to operate after the 1st of July, which apparently, Mayor Patrick, you won't care about. No, you would.
What number is it?
878. Any other discussion or questions or comments, anything? That's our budget.
That's our budget. Okay, I would move that we approve resolution number 878 in the matter of adopting the annual operating budget for the town of Lakeview for fiscal year 2015-2016, making appropriations, imposing and categorizing taxes, and levying taxes.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Have a motion and a second to approve resolution number 878 in the matter of adopting the annual operating budget for the town of Lakeview for fiscal year 2015-2016, making appropriations, imposing and categorizing taxes, and levying taxes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Oh, those opposed? Motion carries unanimous. Our next item is resolution number 879. Ray?
This one is receiving state revenue funds, revenue sharing, or another portion of our budgeting process that the state requires us to do in order to receive the $17 or so thousand a year that they make available. We have to adopt a resolution agreeing to accept and spend them.
Any questions, comments from the council? I'd accept the motion.
I move we approve resolution number 879 in the matter of receiving state revenues for the 2015-2016 fiscal year.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second to approve resolution number 879 in the matter of receiving state revenues for the 2015-16, 2016 fiscal year. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried unanimous. Our next item is resolution number 880 in the matter of Lakeview Town Council approving an interfund loan from the Utility Fund 50 to the Geothermal Fund 53. Right?
Yeah, we discussed this briefly, or not briefly, we discussed this during the budget process, budget committee meeting. This is necessary in order to balance the funds in the geothermal budget because of the litigation that we almost wrapped up. We're waiting for the final document to record with regards to the property, that is the settlement, the final settlement that was approved a couple of months ago. So that's the purpose for the law.
Questions or comments from the council? There being none, I would accept the motion.
I move we approve resolution number 880 in the matter of the Lakeview Town Council approving an fund loan from the Utility Fund 50 to Geothermal Fund 53.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second to approve resolution number 880 in the matter of the Lakeview Town Council approving an interfund loan from the Utility Fund 50 to the Geothermal Fund 53. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Okay, our next item is the Sunshine Center.
With regards to this subject, we first need to have an executive session that's listed down below under 192-662E to discuss real property transactions, and then following that discussion, you may have an action item here of some type or other.
Okay, at this, at 4:18:19. I will adjourn the regular session, from the regular session to an executive session under ORS 192.660, parentheses 2, parentheses E. We will reconvene at the end of that session. I have to ask all the general public to remove themselves.